to my channel. My name is Terry. Welcome to Southern Yankee. I figured I would do a garden tour and show you what's blooming in the garden, as well as what's going on in our food portion in the garden. It's hot out today, so it's Sunday. We've been working outside, and I thought maybe I should do this a little bit later on when it cools down, but I still think it's going to be really hot in a couple of hours. It is about, I think, over 90 degrees, and I just noticed that my mint, or not, is it my mint? My mint is crispy on it, and so is my lemon balm. So I have to look and see if I need to move them to shade. They just might not be able to handle the full heat. This is not even the beginning of how hot it's going to be here. I'm not here Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday this week. I will be working at the office, as in a couple weeks we're going to transition not to working full-time at the office, but working 3 days a week at the office and 2 days at home. So I'm going to try to set my sprinklers and stuff up for an hour in the morning before I leave, and then I'll get home at 6 and I can run them again. I suspect I'm going to lose a couple of things. Today I got some tomatoes in the ground. I planted some pumpkin seeds and some peas and some giant mammoth sunflowers in the garden. I also put a border of wood from all the wood that fell around the outside edge of most of the garden to try to keep some of the weeds out, and it's kind of cute and whimsical. It's not real fancy, but it's what I had. And yeah, so we've got a lot of stuff that still needs to be planted. We have not finished our other garden, flower garden on the side. Robert has been staining the inside of the 6-foot fence that we have. It looks really nice. I will show that to you. So he's been working on that all day, and he had to mow the lawn, and if he had time, then we were going to work on that, but I don't think he's going to have time. You guys are probably going to be watching this garden tour on Monday, because as my eyes have been healing today, oh, there's a bird. Oh, how beautiful. Young little cardinals. They like didn't realize I was here, and they like literally came within feet of me. So I wasn't planning on having Grayson this weekend, and I did have him Saturday night over to Sunday, and he woke me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And anyway, by the time Mom and Dad came, I was pooped out, and I didn't even do my makeup until just about an hour ago for you guys. And I didn't film it, so I'm sorry. This is the Natasha Denona Zendo palette, and I do have a couple looks recorded, but I want to do one more and then I'll get that up. So let's take a walk in our garden. Come with me. All right, so we're gonna start on my, I guess we'll start on this little porch. That not everything's planted here. There's still a lot in containers. Let me flip the screen. Okay, so I got this cute little birdhouse that my ex-mother-in-law picked up for me, and I love it so much. In this little blue pot, there's some growing succulents from last season that I thought were dead. This is Brunnera, and it will get baby blue little flowers on it at probably springtime. I don't think I'm going to see them this year. These are some daylilies, and I do need to get these into the ground. It says full sun, but I'm thinking no. It says full sun or partial shade, and with what's happening already, they need shade. But look at the color of this. Scottish Fantasy Daylily, and it's like a coral color, and I have 2 of them. Nothing is in that pot yet. I just got this beautiful hosta. This is the Paradigm hosta, and look at the color of this hosta. It's like neon green with outer edges of darker green. I love it. These little baby steps need to be planted. These are going to go on my walkway. We're getting towards the end of the dianthesis. We have it over here too. This one's still kind of going a little bit stronger. I did decide I'm going to replant this over in the woody spot just as a ground cover, the clover. I did pick up from Proven Winners some of these gorgeous, are they super bells? What are they? They are super bells, black currant punch calibrachoa, and they are so pretty. The color on these is just stunning. I wish it would just autofocus. It doesn't want to focus for me. There we go. Look at that. Oh, bright yellow center, all dark violet around, and then it turns to a pretty purple. I've got some down here. This is a big bushy tree here that what I ordered, and this is what they delivered. It gets plumes of white on it, and that's going on the side. I thought it was a bush. It's kind of like a tree, so it wasn't what I was expecting. This is my astilbe, I think. Yeah, astilbe, and it gets big pink plumes. That's for the side of the house. These are also, I think, mostly going on the side. I'm not sure. I might put these pink ones in the front flower bed and put these these ones on the side in the shade. I don't know yet. Again, I've got more of the black currant punch here. These are 4 containers, so I've got 2 for each container. The other plants aren't here yet. As soon as they're here, I'll do the containers. In here, I did just throw in a nasturtium cherry rose, and this is black cherry. You can see the color of it is different. I didn't think this one was going to make it, but I came out today and there was an extra little leaf, so it's growing. Those will trail down. I've been getting mixed reviews on what this is. I thought it was some sort of calendula, but I looked and I think it said blue lobelia, I don't know. Anyway, it looks like it's gonna have some blue stalks of flowers on them. We will see. That's what my plant identifier keeps telling me anyway. There is a mum from last year down there. This is a hibiscus that I thought was dead, and it's a monster now. That is a beautiful tropical. It gets these beautiful blooms on them, pink and white, and they live for one day and then they close up. They're just so beautiful. So I'm so excited to see this bloom, and I'm gonna get that out and get that planted this year. That is my proudberry coralberry. That's gonna go to the side of the house. That's going to the side of the house. This is going to the side. That's going to the side, little steps. There's a lot of stuff that's going on the side of the house. So we'll just go this way for a minute. All right, so then in here, I planted these little guys. It's so bright. I don't even know if you guys can see. I have a couple more of these on this top. This one is Super Bells. It's so bright. Super Bells, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see this. Super Bells Coralina. Let me show you guys the ones up here because I have them in the shade. All right. So these are the Super Bells Coralina. These might go on the back deck. I got 2 left here, and they're just so pretty. I also have a green envy coneflower that's going to go in the front, and that is actually getting a little flower started on it. All right, now, so over here I have a peony right there and a peony over there, and then I have my Pinky Winky hydrangea, which is doing wonderful. I also picked up these, and I was testing them. I don't know if I'm going to keep them here. This is a mini famous double red calibrachoa, and so Super Bells or something. Really beautiful magenta, and I was thinking just for some color up here, putting that one there on either side of the Pinky Winky, because I don't really have any color up here other than the coral bells that are in that corner. So you guys let me know what you think. If there's bamboo stakes down there. Our rose bushes are done with their big massive bloom flush. The yellow ones are doing really well up there, but there's a lot of dead, and I do need to treat it for black spot so that it does not infect these, although these are pretty disease resistant. They don't usually get that. That one's in some bad shape, so I'm gonna have to prune it pretty hard, and I have to treat it. But the big beautiful yellow roses, I mean, I can see it coming down the road, all the way down the road. They're so pretty. And then these on the bottom here are knockout roses, and they're all misshapen now. They're just growing kind of funny, and they've got all like sort of spent blooms on them that are just falling off. Sometimes I will take the time to cut these off. Sometimes I don't worry about it. They'll fall off on their own. You can see the ground's littered with them, and then they'll just reflush out. There's tons of new blooms already on them. Alright guys, so now we are at the little new front flower bed that I put in. My David Austin rose that I planted is starting to bush out. This is a climber, which is why this structure is here for it to climb up. It doesn't have buds on it yet, but it's just getting all its leaves, so I'm super excited to see that grow. This super Mina, oh my goodness, this is, I believe, sparkling amethyst. It is so absolutely beautiful and ginormous. It's just so beautiful. Look at that. So pretty. And all right, I have not planted this yet. This is it's got the purple flowers. It's kind of out of bloom now, but there are more buds. This is the clematis. People call it clematis. I call it clematis. I really do need to get this in there. That's going to grow with the rose bush. This is a purple veronica, and we have one in bloom and another one behind it, and a bunch more coming. This is my autumn fire sedum, which is taking on some growth, and as you can see, the flower heads are now on it. And then that is a bright lights Swiss chard. That's edible. I just planted it here so we can let them grow. They were in small pots. This is a meadow sage. Doesn't seem to be doing really well. There is new growth coming in at the bottom. So I'm hopeful that it will take. I don't think that these like a whole lot of water. So we'll see how they do. It does have a couple little bloom stalks coming on it. And then we have the lantana. If I saved one of these tags, I'll tell you the kind of lantana it is, but look at the colors on here, guys. Pink, orange, yellow, and a little white. So pretty. Now this is sparkling rose. This one is already doubled in size since I've planted it. But the verbena, the sparkling rose, I actually wanted to get the sparkling amethyst and I couldn't find it, so the rest of the super bena I have is the sparkling rose. But I'm looking and I think there's a spot here and a spot there that if I find the sparkling amethyst, I am going to fill it in, so that way we have that and the sparkling rose. I think they'd be so pretty. This is one of my Jowie morella. Got a little bit sun scorched today, so hopefully it's gonna be okay. This is a dahlia that I planted out. I had a tuber. My other tubers you'll see in the back are starting to come up as well. Here's some lavender. I don't know, I think this is English lavender, but I'm not exactly sure. But I've got my little, look at this one's funny. It's got like, can you see it? It's got a bloom, like little lavender pieces down here, and then a little bud up here. But I love this. I love the way lavender smells, and I really like to keep it at the end of the season and dry it for sachets and stuff. So we have another one of the lantanas here. Another one of the sparkling rose. This one just went out of bloom, but it's getting ready. These are all new ones. It's getting ready to bloom out again. So these will fill in, like these will get 3 feet big, and they'll fill in this whole space. That is my bee balm. I'm just been sitting there to see if that's where I like it. We'll see. All right, here we have another David Austin rose. This one is the Ambridge rose, and that is again just flushing out. These were bare roots. I'm not expecting a lot from these roses, but this one is a peach and white variety. We have Diamond Frost Euphorbia in the front and back, which is an airy sort of, airy whimsical type of a feel. Then we have the more super bells. This is so pretty. There's some sort of a coral, I forgot the name of this one, guys, but oh, these are just stunning. I have a beautiful picture that'll be in the video somewhere put to music of those. Right now they're kind of being blinded out. Again, more super bena, or more lantana, more super bena. This is my yarrow, and look, we are getting, this is just not, the light is not working for this video today. Maybe if I come over here, it will be better. Is that better? All right, so that is the yarrow coming. It's so pretty. It's a beautiful magenta yarrow really, really pretty. I'm super happy with it. It's kind of spreading all out, so we'll see how that does there. There is the Max Free, I believe it is, geranium right there. This little guy is so beautiful as well. These look like little roses to me, but the color on here is just stunning with the white outline and the pink. These have been blooming non-stop since I put this in. They sort of bury their young, so you don't even really have to deadhead, but when I get over here, I can't stop myself from pulling all the dead ones off. It's kind of enjoyable to do so for me. It's like therapy, I don't know, but I like getting all the deadies off. All right, then we have this gorgeous Harvest Moon coneflower, and it's a beautiful pale buttercream yellow. So pretty. Oh, I just love it. Another one of the Cranesbill Max Free geraniums. Usually these kind of bloom up in the morning. There's more buds on there. Another sparkling rose, another shard, another purple Veronica. This one has more buds on it. And then over here, this is another, this is the, I think it's the, oh shit, what's this one called? Lady of Shalott Rose. That was a bare root. That's doing really well in here. And if we come around, you can see the gorgeous petunias around here. Oh, they are so pretty. Lobelia or Lobelia, something like that. This is going to kind of cascade down over, I'm hoping. Look at how beautiful. All right. I'm gonna do this part a little bit later when the sun goes down because I cannot see in my monitor, but we'll go to the backyard. All right, here's the deck. I got out here Saturday morning, just straightened it up. I swept, I got it kind of cleaned up and reorganized. Some stuff is leaving the deck because it's being planted out. So I just want to give you a little bit of an update of what's going on over here. So this is like all the remaining tomatoes that need to be planted. Well, these are staying in here. These are the mini tomatoes, but all of these other tomatoes need to go in the garden yet. Some might go in containers. These were just newly planted. They're doing so much better in color. They were turning yellow, and you can kind of see in the back it was turning yellow, and I put it in good soil. Now it's happy and healthy. These are our potatoes, doing really good in the containers. Never grown potatoes before, so we'll see how I do. I think there's only 3 of them in there. See, the lemon balm got a little scorched today from the heat, and I noticed it the other day too. So this is struggling. It was a big, beautiful, full thing, and it's just struggling. We have some remaining onions in here. A couple little guys that just recently got planted as well, so they're looking bad. We'll check back in a week or 2 and see how they're growing. Look, our little bean is getting, remember that one little bean I planted in here? It's getting buds and it's growing. It's doing really good. So, and then this tomato plant has 3 tomatoes right there growing on it. So we have our first fruits, and it's got more, I kind of self-pollinate, like if I tickled it, like you do this, and you just like tickle them and you touch all of the open ones, and that helps pollinate them. And so hopefully we're gonna get a lot more fruit out of this one. And I cleaned up around the base so there was good airflow going in here. It's looking good. Over here on the little table, I have my mint that I planted with TJ. And again, you can see today, 90 degrees, it burned the leaves. You see that? So I just moved it out of the direct sun where this gets a little more shade. And then look at this, guys. Can you, oh, let's put this here so you can see it. All right, so this is one of those 12-inch plants, tomato plants, little itty bitty thing, and look at the tomatoes on it. 1, 2, 3. Now, I talked to somebody, they said they do end up coming out to be like cherry tomatoes. They're not actually mini, they will be like a full normal cherry size, and they're prolific, and I've got about 10 of these plants. So there's 3 growing there. I don't know if there's any more. Oh, here's one. Here's one right here. Look at that. So we're gonna get loads and loads of sweet cherry. This is the Tiny Tom I'll find the seed packets, I'll post them, but I'm very, very happy with these, and we should get a bunch of sweet cherries for our for our salads. So how exciting is that? All right, then over here in this corner, I have our more onions, and that was Rocket that went to seed, and I just left it because I thought it was kind of pretty. So it's just, they're like little yellow and cream flowers. Here's our carrots, which as soon as they get, I can't see, so hopefully you guys can, but as soon as they get bigger, I am going to thin those. Look, oh my, he's grown in size. That pepper, this is a big Bertha pepper. Just today, I came out here and watered him, and since he's gotten water, he's grown. So there's other ones on here. Can you see them? Look. Oh. So this is loaded with little peppers already. And then our other one over here, I don't know what kind this one is. Let me see. This other one is a Bonnie Greenbell sweet pepper. That's just what it says. But that also has buds on it. So it's getting little buds all on it. But this one actually has, like, look, little baby pepper there. It's a little baby pepper there. And then, of course, our biggest pepper there. Up here we have all of our nasturtiums, and this one's getting ready to flower. This one also has a flower bud. This one looks like it might have a yellowish one. Here's another bud, 2 more buds on here, and you can see this one's starting to trail. This is alyssum that I grew from seed, and I noticed it's got flower buds on it, so I'm gonna put that out in the front with the other alyssum. Those are some little Parisian carrots back there that I need to plant somewhere. All right, down here, this area is going to change. I have 3 of these wicker baskets, and that's the smallest size, and there's a medium size and a large. In the bottom one, I planted my buried treasure strawberries, and my plant that had no buds, since I've planted it in here, now has flower buds, so that's super exciting to see that. And I got a couple strawberries off it today. Here's another little guy. I'm gonna give it a day. Those are eggplants growing in there. There is elephant ears that I've planted 3 times, and I don't know, I think I planted it wrong. There's another strawberry there, more strawberries. There's one there coming on this plant, doing really well in this beautiful blue cobalt planter. I'd like to get a couple more of those planters as well. These are also strawberries here, and then there's a nasturtium in here too. Little tomatoes. These guys just got planted. All of these just got planted. These all the way around are tiny little Tiny Tims, and there's I don't know what that one is in the middle. I think it's a cherry too. These are our marigolds planted from seed, and one of the nasturtiums have bloomed with our volunteer sunflower in there, and then a mum. These are some bulbs that I pulled out from spring that I'm just drying out, and I gotta put away. And then in here, what did I plant in here? Peas. I believe I stuck 3 peas in here. So now let's go down and see the garden. I'll show you the fence. Robert was using this here. All right, so this is the tomato plants. I need to stake this one up, and I did just stake this one up earlier, but look, we have a tomato. We have a tomato. We have a tomato. And then up in here, look, we've got about 4 tomatoes in here. So those are doing really, really great. Get nice and large. And then Robert came through today and he did the fence. He painted the fence. Look how nice. It was just like this. It was this color. And now it's that beautiful, deep, rich, and he went all the way around the house. It looks really good. I think he's got to do the outside of it still, but those are down there. Those bricks are down there because there were holes down there, and the dogs could dig under their chopper specifically, so now they can't get down there. All right, so here's the little garden. You can see it's a little more outlined. I actually took some of the down trees and Robert cut the wood up, and I just sort of placed it around. So I did some, looks like somebody's been stepping in here. I'm sure he doesn't know better, but dang, I just planted seeds. Those are definitely his feet prints. We'll see if they grow, but along here I planted pumpkins, and then along here I planted sunflowers, the mammoth ones. And this row in the middle is like squashes and zucchinis and things like that. That's salad, lettuces growing there. And then up here where we get more sun is where I have the tomatoes. And I don't have a lot of flat land here, so it goes down on a slope. So I tried to plant the tomatoes up here, and I had to stake this little guy today on a temporary stake, but he's doing really well. I also think that one is a Brad's Atomic because there's a little bit of purple on, this is like mixed. Brad's Atomic tomatoes, peach tomatoes, Carib tomatoes, they're all kind of mixed up in here. So, and then I didn't finish here yet. I gotta do this last little bit area. I've got my sprinkler that turns, a copper one. There's a couple of chards here, bright light chards here. Look, these are from like last year. Those are gladiolas. I'm gonna let them come up. And those are our little beans. Those are the Tanya's beans. I think that they bush. And then I planted some peas in here, some snap peas. And then I've got peas on that trellis that I just planted today. And that big lettuce there looks delicious and about ready to harvest. So all of this stuff has only been in here like a week, but it's already taken on a bit of growth. It's doing well, especially now that everything's heating up. It's coming along. It looks like a little garden. The soil is really bad. It is like muddy, and like when I was planting, it was like thick mud. So I added some good compost in here, but I need to add a lot more soil and amend it and mix it in. And I need to, I have some straw that I'm going to put around each of the plants in here too. It was just a little bit too hot, folks. So as soon as the light goes down a little bit, I'm going to show you the rest of the flower bed out front. I cut down the daffodil stalks that were up there in the front, and the pansies are almost done. They're probably looking pretty sad right now with the heat that we've had today, but everything's coming along. I'm a little worried since I'm going back to work for 3 days that everything's going to die. So I'm going to try to just give it as much water as I can in the morning and hope for the best. All right, guys, so to end this tour, obviously the lilac is out of bloom now. This needs some water again. This got burned yesterday all underneath from the heat, my hydrangea, but it's all budded out. So I'm going to give it some water here in a minute. I just watered this section because I'm also having an issue. Look at this right here. With this one, this is all from yesterday. It just got burned out. I don't know, hopefully the water will bring this back to life. This is just like little daisies, and it's all, I was at work all day, so I'm hoping this comes back. So this is done right here. This I need to pull out. These are Johnny Jump Ups. They're so pretty, but they just got burned out, so these are ready to come out. The impatiens have doubled in size. All the little pansies you see down here, they're ready to come out. Today was cool, so they're open and they look nice. But I planted like a bunch of little vincas in the front, and they're already growing. They look pretty with this color pansy. So pretty. And then this little purple guy, it's a really, and then we got the alyssum over here. It looks really, really beautiful. But the pansies are going to be coming out in about a week or so. Back here, these are all around here, snapdragons. These are lilies. I'm ready to cut down the foliage now and then that's summer phlox for the tulips. I planted these with my grandbaby, and look at how cool. I've never ever seen anything like this. It was listed as a chrysanthemum, so that cool one came out, and there's more buds on here, and I wonder if this is the kind where like if you snip it here, if it will branch and fill out. So all along the front we have the little vincas. I have two colors, so you can see I've got this color, this darker color, and then I've got this lighter color. Very complementary colors to each other. I originally ordered purple, they didn't have them, so they substituted. We have another one of these here. Again, these little daisy guys, they're all wilty. You can see pansies. This is, I think, some sort of a it gets a big yellow flower. And this my plant identifier is saying this is a hydrangea, so I don't know if my pinky winky like seeded over here. I'm not sure that's what that is, but we're gonna let it grow and see what it does. We've got up here some These need to be replanted. All these little guys, these are all like zinnias and sunflowers growing up here that aren't supposed to be up here. I do have a coleus here. This mass is all echinacea coneflower. I have white, purple, and a red color, and I didn't plant the white, so I don't know where that came from. I have my first snapdragon in a beautiful pale butter yellow. This is another one of those chrysanthemums that came up, that look at with the water on it, that I planted with TJ. Come on, focus. Come on, you almost were there. I'm trying to get it to focus for you. But it's just stunning. This one's a pale pink. There we go. Pale pink, and I love it with the kind of a cranberry center and the yellow. So pretty. So I can't wait to see more blooms. We also have Chinese forget-me-nots. Also, I did not plant these. Well, these are gonna be orange. These are an Asiatic lily. Here is my one and only bud on my peony. Guys, I don't think that this peony was here last year. I think if you plant peonies too deep in the soil, they won't bloom. And I think I uncovered it when I was putting bulbs in. When I replanted it, it grew. I thought what it was the dahlia we had last year, and I don't think it was. So that was an uncovered treasure in this garden. And then I got this clematis growing all the way up here, and you can see at the top we have a ton of blooms. Like, these big blooms are getting ready to open, and there's a whole bunch of little blooms behind it. So that's going to be beautiful as it continues to take off. We have some lilies back here, or irises back here, getting ready to grow. This, I think, might be a weed, but I'm not sure, so I'm letting it grow. These are the Chinese forget-me-nots that I didn't plant here. And that is also what these are. These ones just haven't bloomed yet, so they're getting ready to bloom. This is phlox that's seeded. These are little sunflowers coming up. There's a whole bunch of like little sunflowers. And right here, these are gladiola in pink. And I have about 12 of them in pink coming up throughout this garden. We got a lot more snapdragons. So everything's sort of slowly coming together in here. There's still a lot of weeds, and there's still a lot of stuff that maybe needs to come out. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to go in to kind of balance the weight. It's like heavy over here with coneflowers. I don't have enough weight over here, so I've got to do more. But until I really figure out completely what I want to do, that's what we are dealing with right now. So just to step back, that's what it looks like right now. And then when you turn, you see all this beautiful color. Ignore the box up there. And it's like a little forest over here with all the beauty. And then this is just filled out so much since I showed it to you yesterday. It had cooler temperatures today, and it just like doubled in size. I suspect these purple flowers will grow and fill in this entire thing. And I hope they're still growing strong when this rose decides it's going to bloom. So that is really it. I have a lot of planting still to do. All these things are still here that I've got to plant, and really enjoying this yarrow that is, and there the Max Free hydrangea is coming, and look at how this yarrow is just sort of pulled its way over here and melding with the geranium. So again, that color is stunning of this yarrow. Oh, it's so pretty. I don't know what kind it was. Does it say here? This is New Vintage Violet is what this is called. So whatever, I love it. But if you're looking for it, it's New Vintage Violet. Everything's so pretty. And now we don't have all this bright sun. Look, you can see the beautiful color. It still kind of it's really yellow, but in the camera, it's blinding it out so that it looks more white. But maybe hopefully you can see some of the yellow in here. There's another one of the hardy geraniums. Really pretty. So, all right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little tour of my garden this year, or this season, this moment. And whatever stage your garden's in, I'm sure it's beautiful. And give yourself some credit, and don't get discouraged if you're just learning to garden, if you're starting to garden, if you're playing with it, if you're trying one plant. Just know it's so fun. You're learning, grow with it, and continue trying to make your life more beautiful with flowers or vegetables, whatever you're looking at. Oh, I also got since yesterday, my nasturtium bloomed. That is cherry rose. So let me show you that. And I got a picture I'll put at the end. Hold on.